Welcome back, guys, to Sharpen Your Sword podcast, episode 42. I am here with the number one co-host in the world, Giovanni Jimenez.
Hey.
Today, guys, on episode 42, no pain, no gain. Okay, we are going to talk about how pain and success are correlated and how pain and resilience can be, whether it's physical, mentally, or emotionally, it can be a catalyst for growth, a catalyst for success, okay? And going through this pain is a non-negotiable, guys, okay? So a lot of people have it figured the wrong way. A lot of people are doing the wrong math. A lot of people have the wrong image of this, or the wrong painting, I would like to say, the wrong drawing of success, okay? They think it's smooth sailing. They think it's all sunshine and rainbow, okay? And when I talk about success, guys, we're going to go deep into kind of business today, but all kind of success, okay? Whether it's your entrepreneur journey, whether it's your personal journey, whether it's your fitness journey, whatever it is, to this success, you will endure pain. And depending on your level of resilience will depend on how much success you see. Okay? And that's what we are going to dive into today. You ready, Giovanni?
I'm ready, man. Pain, something that'll never go away. You either suffer through the pain of building yourself up, or you suffer the consequences of not going through the pain and not becoming who you want to be. And to me, that is the worst pain you can experience.
I agree. And this one quote sticks in my head. It's the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Okay? They're both of them, you're gonna face the pain, okay? If you're disciplined and you're going on your journey and you're trying nonstop and you're going after it, okay, it's gonna hurt, it's gonna suck, okay? And if you don't go after it and you're laying on your deathbed with the long list of regrets, that's going to hurt. And here's the thing, you don't even have to get to your deathbed before the regret sets in. That's the sad part about it, right? We talked about it on the last episode, is how people just settle for life. Okay, they raise the white flag and they just say, hey, this is what I have. This is the cards I've been dealt. It is what it is. What can I do? And you see a lot of people go down the rabbit hole and they sprawl out and they go through, pick up bad vices and go through drug and alcohol addictions and all that. And they look to find an outlet. And usually when a lot of regret sets in, the midlife crisis happens, they need something. They need something to mask the pain.
Yeah.
Okay, and you see a lot of people go down the wrong path. All right, so you get to choose which pain you want. Okay, in life it's gonna suck. Okay, it sucks when you're successful. It's hard when you're successful. Now, the good thing when you're successful is you can do things, okay, that reward you. You get reward from that pain. Okay, so you pay the price of pain. You pay the price of discipline and consistency and all of that, but you get to enjoy things. You have something to enjoy, right? Now, if you're on the other side, you're struggling, you can't put things together, you're not making ends meet, okay? That's a whole nother pain that you got to fight. Yeah. So which one do you want? Okay, what are you willing to do? Okay, are you willing to do what others aren't willing to do to get what you want?
Yeah.
Do you want to be a white belt or do you want to be a black belt?
100%. And I think especially in today's age, it's like I'll talk to people, right? Or I'll see people on social media and stuff. And then people will be like, they're upset, right? About how they got all these bills, right? And they're cutting short, right? And obviously you can always point the blame. We talked about it last episode. There's always going to be somebody to blame, right? And then these are the same people, right? They'll complain about they don't have the money that they want. But then I'll see them post on a Saturday that they're just chilling at home, right? Or they're partying on a Saturday night. It's like, bro, there's your answer. If you you're complaining about this pain you're feeling, but you're not willing to sacrifice the temporary joy and replace it with the pain of having to go to work because it's too much pain for you. The having to put in, and I remember you told me this, right? And this was, to me, this was crazy what you told me, but now it makes sense. You said at 40 hours is like you're barely scraping by in this country. I'm like 40 hours, after 40 hours, I'm like, I deserve an applause after 40 hours. But you were like 40 hours, that's like the bare minimum.
Yep.
And it's because it's painful. It's painful to want to have to go to work the next day. I think the biggest reason why people cannot endure pain and why it's so hard to endure pain is because you don't have a reason why to endure the pain. You know, if I told you just to walk over coal, you'd be like, no, why do I want to walk over? I don't want to walk over coal. Why am I going to do that? It's crazy. But if they're say you got to walk over this coal to save your mom, right? Shit, I'm walking over a mile of coal, right? To save her. There's a reason behind it. But when there's no reason behind it, it's easy to only think about the pain and not endure it.
Correct. And that's what success is, right? People think success is just short bursts, okay? Like, hey, let me do it for a little bit. Or there is no reason behind it, okay? You have to know what your reason is. Your success, whatever that success is. Your success is saving your mom. You're going to do it, right? And this is what we've always talked about on all of our podcasts when we talk about goals is your why, okay? When you are truly connected, I'm talking about your soul. Like you almost feel like you put on this earth for that reason, okay? And a lot of the things I do, I believe I'm solely put on earth to do these things. To have an academy, I believed that I was put here for that reason. So there was no amount of pain that was going to stop me. And trust me, the amount of pain was bad. It was a lot. Okay? And it was a long time. It wasn't a short time. It was 10 years. Okay? And so success is not about a little bit of pain and just short bursts like a sprint. You know, success is marathon, a journey of pain, years of pain. Okay? Andy Frisella, one of the very successful guys, he's a very successful entrepreneur, owns Forest Forum, okay? He goes off the wire sometimes, but he said something. I saw a video of him, and he said something. You know, it's your resilience that's what gets you to be successful. Your capacity to handle this pain, okay? And he said if you take 1,000 men or 1,000 guys or 1,000 people, okay, and you put them on a journey to achieve this goal, okay, in 3 years, you'll be down to 100. Okay, something along these lines.
Yeah.
Okay, and I maybe tweak the numbers. But after 3 years, you will lose 900 people because they can't endure the pain over a period of time. In 3 more years, you will lose 90 people because now you're 6 years in. Okay, so you have 10 people left. And I think this number is a lot smaller, me personally, right?
Yeah.
In the last 10 years, a lot of people that I've been with, that are known, they're not nowhere near where they want it to be. So it was almost less than 1%.
Well, I think that is lack of clarity or just couldn't endure pain.
I think it's lack of clarity, but it's also like when we say lack of clarity, guys, we say like your why, to what you want, your deep connection to what you want, but it's the pain. People can do it for a month. People can endure pain for a month these days. Some people can endure pain for probably 3 months these days. 6 months, I don't know. 1 year, no, very small. 3 years, very small. 5, 10, 15 years, I don't know anybody that can do it. At least I haven't seen anybody that can do it at our age.
Yeah.
Now, there's a few guys I hang around in their late 40s and their 50s. 3 guys. Okay, but our age, I haven't seen anybody yet. Okay, so 3 years, you lose 900 people. Another 3 years, you lose 90 people. Another 3 years, you lose 5 people. Now you're down to 5 people in 9 years, which I think in 9 years, if you're still on that journey, maybe 2 or 3 people are still after it. Maybe 2 or 3 people are still after it. And for the listeners, guys, if you don't know, I'm a jiu-jitsu black belt, okay? And I talked about this in my class. And I connected the dots. And like, jiu-jitsu and life is almost the same. The journey of the jiu-jitsu black belt and the journey of the high performer, the very successful, is very connected. Less than 1% of the people make it to black belt, a jiu-jitsu black belt. And I believe less than 1% of the people make it to their goals.
Yeah.
Not their goals, let me clarify. To their dreams.
I agree.
There's a difference. Goals and dreams are 2 different things. Goals is, I want to lose 5 pounds. Dream is, I want my dream body, the body that I want, the one that I'm going to feel good about, the one that I can take a shirt off if that's what I want, to go to the beach.
Yeah.
The body that if I want to post on Instagram, I can do that. That's my dream body.
Careful, depends what kind of girl you got.
You know? They're just an example. You know, the goal and dream is 2 different things. And I believe less than 1% of the population achieve their dreams. Now, they can achieve their goals, but pain tolerance over 10 years, maybe one person will endure it for 10 years.
Yeah.
Okay? And success is about that. How long can you endure pain? How strong is your resilience? You know, it's a journey of pain, mentally, spiritually, physically, you know, emotionally.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I think one of the biggest problems, especially in today's age, even though we do have it really good in today's age, at the same time, we have our own problems in the sense that we're so accustomed to instant gratification. You know, want things instantly. And when you don't get something worthwhile, is going to take a long time, you know? And when you don't see it immediately, that can mess you up psychologically. You're like, dang, I'm putting all this effort in. I've been suffering for like a month, right? And I'm not my business is not profitable yet. Or in jiu-jitsu, I'm still getting smashed. I'm still not, quote unquote, winning. And the gym, you don't win, you learn. But at the beginning, people think that they're winning. And that can be very hard to see. People, you know, like say, they can't see past like a year. So how can somebody even see 10 years down the road? Mm-hmm. If they're struggling right in the moment, how can they even see further to see the 10 years though?
You have to be connected to your why. That's the thing that we lack. Everything we have in today's time. And that's why, like, I try not to be too hard on people, right? I try to kind of bring myself down and think like, hey, not everybody is trying to conquer the world. Not everybody's trying to, you know, achieve the highest level of success. And this is going to hurt some people. Not everybody's trying to be the best version of themselves. They can claim it, right? But if you truly don't have a deep connection to what you want, then you're not going to achieve that dream. You're not connected to it. You don't believe that you can save your mom by walking on these coals. You can't see that that's the only way. Okay? And that's the problem these days is most of our generation, I don't want to even include myself in that generation, right? I think I'm in the 60s. But most of the young generation these days, they grew up with instant gratification, like you talked about. Okay? Success is about delayed gratification, not instant gratification. Now, in some instances, you do see some reward fast. Okay? But true success at a large scale is delayed gratification. It's a delayed reward. Okay? And everything comes to us these days fast, short time. We're not having to send our love letters by a pigeon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We don't have to wait a few days until we see somebody that we love, or when we travel, we don't have to wait a week until we come back to see our spouse, right? all you have to do is open your phone and you're face to face instantly. You get to send the message instantly. You get to send the I love you instantly. You get to send money these days, which I think was one of the most fascinating things, instantly. Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, all these things instantly. Before, there wasn't like that. Before, it was a process to send money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Before, it was a process to get letters and communication. Now, everything's happening immediately, and we live in this life where we can do everything immediately, okay? Even to the point of our food now, a lot of people live off frozen food, okay? I'm not saying I don't, right? But you can just throw something in the microwave, and it's done. Bam.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So everything around us is instant instead of delayed gratification, And this is where a lot of people drowned. Because when they realize that the success is not overnight, and the success is not in 3 months or 6 months, 9 months, 2 years, then you lose a lot of people. In 3 years, you're going to lose 95% of the people. Nowhere near that 1,000 are going to be left after 3 years. Nowhere near it. Okay? And that's what it shouldn't piss me off. It annoys me is what these young folks think about success, And I hear them all the time. I'm gonna do this, and I don't knock them down, right? Yeah, I believe you can if you do the work, is what I tell them, right? But the sad reality is maybe 1% of that population is gonna achieve it.
Yeah.
Okay, if I hear 10 guys tell me, especially the young ones, I'm going to do this. I'm going to achieve, let's just say a Lamborghini. Out of those 10 guys, maybe one guy will do it. Maybe. Okay?
Yeah.
So it's not willing to endure the pain over a long period of time. Not having the endurance to endure it over 5-10 years. And I actually was reading something, and when I promoted you to purple belt, I was thinking about this, is how fast time comes. It's like I said, hey, he was a white belt, now he's a purple belt.
Yeah.
Okay? And I was thinking about that in the academy, is I remember when I was a purple belt, I said, hey, my belt's tore up, it was shredded, and that's how I felt. The way that my belt looked, it was torn apart, is how I felt. And I never shared it with anybody. I never told anybody this. But I shared it to my students so they don't feel left out or left alone and think like, hey, I'm the only one that feels this. No, everybody feels this, And at that point in my time in my life, stage of my life, I wanted to quit every single day. And I told them that. It was a period of like 3 years where there wasn't a day that came by that I wanted to quit. So imagine having to fight that battle every day for 3 years.
Yeah.
Who can fight that battle every day for 3 years of not quitting? That's hard, okay? But at that stage is where everything changed in my life. Because of that stage, I can endure more pain. My resilience, my capacity, right? We talked about the balloon, right? My capacity grew so much in that time to unbelievable amounts at that point in my life. Right? It was a part of my life when I was in engineering school. I had a business, and I was opening up 2 more businesses all at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay? And I felt like I was helpless. I was pulled left and right. It was super hard trying to get everything working, to make everything work, to be successful, to keep my word that I gave somebody a word. I tried to keep my word. I kept it, thank God, but it tore me apart. But because of that, my capacities grew, And I read this quote the other day, and it said, many times when you're going after your dream, not your goal, your dream. When you're going after the dream, it feels like you're stuck in this pattern. You're doing so much, and you're not getting no reward out of it. You're doing so much, you're not getting no work, no money, no success. You're not getting what you want. So you're working for a year, 3 years, 5 years, 8 years come by, 10 years come by. And then the storm passes. The clouds are gone, the sun shines.
Yeah.
And then you wake up and you realize, like, hey, I made it. And that's how, like, the truth is, that's how my life is.
Yeah.
That journey was just like that. I was in the trenches, I was in the storm for so long that it became normal to be in the storm. And I remember vividly, it was probably the 2-year anniversary or 3-year anniversary of our academy. I didn't know it was our 3-year anniversary. Like, I knew it was 3 years. I just didn't know 3 years came by that quick.
Yeah.
I remember it, like, it just clicked. I was in the party working, and my professor stood next to me, boarding. And he's like, "You did good, boy," right? And I was like, "Can you believe it's 3 years?" Like, it's almost like I just woke up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that time just flew by. I didn't know what happened. But I woke up at my anniversary party. You know, so I didn't enjoy training jiu-jitsu. I didn't enjoy necessarily everything I was doing. I was just doing it because I knew I was trying to achieve my dream. And I woke up one day, the sun was shining. And that's the hard part about it. Can you do that?
Yeah.
You know, and success at a high level is that. The sun is not always shining. You're going to be in the storm, raining, cloudy, cold, with no shelter, day in and day out for years before you get the sunshine.
Yeah.
You know?
It's powerful. I remember we were talking to Mr. Johnny, right? I remember when he was saying that he was going through the grind. He's saying he was super tough. He's like, man, it was hard. He was like, but looking back at it, I was like, you know what? It wasn't that bad. He was like, well, it's easy for me to say because now I've gotten past it. He like, but honestly, he was like this morning, I woke up. It was hard to wake up to go train 6 a.m. And then now that I already did 6 a.m., I'm like, hey, you know what? It wasn't that hard. And like you said, it was like once you get to the gym, it's like it becomes easy. Now the training ain't easy. Not training with Coach Noah is not easy, but it's easier once you put yourself in the situation, in the position to work. And so I think one of the saddest things that I see is that guys that come to the academy, young guys, right? They come to the academy and they train with us. They're white belts, and they quit before they can even achieve a blue belt, right? And I tell people like, bro, at least achieve a blue belt, you know? Like, obviously, you should stick with it forever, but at least make it worthwhile and achieve something. Like, you achieve something.
Mention the stat before you keep going. In the first year,
90% of people quit jiu-jitsu before they can ever achieve a blue belt. And that blue belt, 90% of people quit before they can go to purple. So 90% of people quit. I remember one time, this one guy, he came to the academy, right? I saw he came in, right? And he came in without his gym bag. I was like, oh, this guy bringing me bad news. I already know. I talked to him. I said, what's up, bro? Where's your bag? He said, yeah, I want to talk to you about that. I want to cancel membership. I'm like, what? Why do you want to cancel, bro? Like, what's the deal, bro? He was like, yeah, you know, I'm really not using it. So, like, I'm really not using it. So there's no point to really pay for it. And I'm like, well, it's your fault that you're not using it, right? Ain't nobody slashing your tires to not make it, right? It's your responsibility that you're not using it, right? Don't try to blame the jiu-jitsu, right? But back to my point is that one of the saddest things, right, is that guys never get to see their true potential, like as a man, as a warrior, to see how far their mental endurance can take them, to see how many walls they can break, and to realize how much stronger they are than they believe they are, right? And jiu-jitsu will show that to you. Jiu-jitsu will show you who you really are, and you decide whether you want to be better than that version or if you're content with being who you are. And to me, that's the thing that is like, dang, bro, like, you never gave yourself a chance. You never gave jiu-jitsu to build you up. You never got to see the beauty of it. You know, you never got to see the finished work, or at least a glimpse into that. And to me, it's like, dang, because you couldn't endure. I don't care what nobody says. Obviously, you're going to come up with a million excuses. You just couldn't endure the pain. And it's like, and because you couldn't endure that pain, you never be able to see, or if they come back, they'll be like, I wish I would have done it earlier. But they won't be able to see that greatness they could have become.
Yep.
And I was like, dang, bro, like you just, like I say that guy Monday's in his deathbed, and like, damn, you never got to see that greatness, you know? And that's like, so you mentioned this, it was like the graveyard, like all the graveyards were the most wealth is at, because that's where all the dreams go to die and all the potentiality went to die. And to me, that's the saddest thing, is potential that was never fulfilled. You know, water never, flower that never got to blossom.
Yep.
And so it goes back to not being able to endure the pain.
And that's why people quit too soon. You know, people quit too soon to realize what they can be, man. And that is the saddest thing. The saddest thing that you can witness if you're looking at it from the outside, seeing other people, right? And thank God for everything, right? Without God, I don't believe we'll be as successful. Doesn't matter how smart we think we are, right? But thank God for the position that we're in, because we get to see it from a different point of view also, right? And so looking down, not looking at these guys, you know, the young generation coming up, and you look at them, and it's like you look at somebody, and I'm like, man, I say it a lot, like, do you know what you're capable of? You know, and they look at me like I'm crazy, but it's like, do you know what you're capable of, bro? You are capable of changing the world if you want to, but nobody believes that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe I can conquer the world if I wanted to. It sounds crazy. I believe I could climb Mount Everest if I wanted to. You know what I mean? Now, most people quit too soon, and it's because the pain becomes so constant. Instead of seeing it, you know, every other day or every week or every month, you start seeing it every day. People quit because the pain becomes so constant and so unbearable. Now, this is where people break. And 99% of the people will break. And this is across the board in any niche, any profession, any category, any topic that you want to talk about. This is where it happens. In business, they break. In relationships, they break. In friendships, they break. In their goals, they break. In their dreams, they break. Doesn't matter what you want to talk about, you will endure pain. You will reach pain to the point where it's constant and it's unbearable. And 99% of the people are going to quit. It doesn't matter what stat you look at in any subject, topic, whatever it is. It's over 50%.
Yeah.
Let's just keep the numbers vague, right? Over 50% of the people are going to quit. 90% of people quit in the first year of jiu-jitsu. They never get to see how their body looks and how their mind looks after 1 year of jiu-jitsu. Mm-hmm. Most people quit in the first couple of years of business. Can you look up how fast business people will quit in business?
I think 50% in the first 5 years.
50% in the first 5 years. Marriages, probably the same in the first 5 years, correct?
Yeah, if not more.
If not more, right? So we know the stats. We know the numbers. It's not like we're saying this with no proof. The numbers are plain out there. The facts are plain out there. But people want to sit and say this. They want to sit and say, I'm different. I'm going to have my dream. I'm going to have my dream of being at my kids' ball games all the time. Or buying the ranch and the house, the villa and the cars and the financial freedom and whatever it is, you know. I was at work the other day and I was asking the sales rep, like, what are their dreams? You know, somebody said financial freedom, somebody said a pink G-Wagon and a ranch.
Yeah.
You know, like, what are you gonna do to achieve that? Everybody says it, and everybody says it is different in their terms when it comes to them. is different for them. They think, oh, I'm going to do it. I believe God put me here to do it. But you don't see what they're doing. They're not doing the work. You're telling me all of this like you're going to just end up with a nice villa and 3 lowriders.
Yeah.
You're telling me you're going to be at your kids' ball games, right? It doesn't have to be materialistic. You're telling me that you want your wife to stay at home and not work, and for your kids to be at home with their mom, right? And for you to put them in the best schools, and for them to have the best life, and them to have whatever it is. Just say a black belt life, the best life, right? But what are you doing? And why do you think you're different? Why do you think it's just going to happen for you? When we look at the numbers, and over 90% have failed.
Yeah.
Why do you think you're what is the word?
The exception?
The exception. Why do you think you're the exception? You're not doing the work, and you can't go through the pain for over a year, 2 years. I see you do it for a month, and you go back to normal.
Yeah.
And then you get motivated, and you do it again for 3 months, and you go back to normal. And you do it again for 2 months, and you go back to normal. You know? I had a heart-to-heart with somebody the other day. I said, you can't even beat yourself. You're telling me you're beating all these people in your work? You can't beat yourself. You've been doing the same thing for 5 years. You can't win the battle against your own self. You have a pattern that you can't break on your own self, the guy in the mirror. You're not going to be successful.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't want to tell somebody you're not going to be successful, but I'm going to be real with you. You're not going to be successful because the numbers don't lie. Your habits don't lie. Your discipline doesn't lie. Your pattern doesn't lie. Mm-hmm. This is in plain sight. But people like to lie to themselves. This is the problem. People like to lie to themselves. They paint the picture right away of the big field with the freaking flowers blooming and the rainbow and the sun shining.
Yeah.
And they look at that picture like, oh, that's me every day. That's my life. If it's not like that, then this is what I live, right? I don't get to see the storm. The storm is not part of success. They want to think the storm is not part of success. Success is the storm. That's the thing. Success is the storm. You have to live in it. You have to embrace that storm.
Yeah.
Okay? If you cannot embrace that, you can forget about your dreams. You can be the person that goes to the grave with all the dreams that died. You can be that guy that goes through life with all the dead dreams in your heart and your mind. You can be that guy that walks the earth and know that you didn't give your kids and your wife the black belt life. And yourself the black belt life. That's the saddest thing you can see. Mm. That's the saddest thing I can see. Okay? Is to watch human beings live and die without achieving their best potential. Nobody said it was easy. Nobody did. But it's sad to see it. And I see this freaking on a daily basis now. And people talk to me on a daily basis about it.
Yeah. Well, pain is the currency for success. There's only one way you can pay for success, and that's through pain of sacrifice, through pain of so many, whatever you want to achieve, you're going to have to go through pain. But at the same time, pain is the foundation of growth. That's the thing. Yesterday I was actually talking to a parent, and she was telling me, right? She was like, well, my son, when he's sparring, he looks like he's kind of scared, right? And I want him to not be scared. And how can we strike that fear out of him? I'm like, well, the only way is he's got to keep doing it. It's not going to happen overnight. Every time he has to come in, he's got to spar. And I tell him he's got to pound the sword. You got to pound it, burn it, pound it, burn it, over and over and over again. You're till he's not scared to spar no more. That's the only way. She was trying to, so I could say magic words to him. Well, there's no magic words I can say. I can motivate him. I can encourage him. I can say good job, pat him on the back, high fives. But he just has to go through that pain. And right now his brain doesn't want him to endure pain. That's normal. Humans are wired that way. You see all the kids, right? You see a lot of kids that they look like they're not scared because they've been doing it for years, 2-3 years. She was like, really? I'm like, yeah, these kids, they haven't just been here a couple months and they're at that level where they can just spar and not be scared. They had to go through it over and over and over again. I remember when I started, I was very nervous, very scared to spar, and I hated doing it. Especially because Coach Mel would make it to like a fight. Everybody was watching in a circle, right? So you couldn't just pitter patter. So right now his brain is being rewired for him to accept pain, and it just takes time for him to accept, for his brain to associate that pain means growth, and not to run away from it. So it just takes time, and I just want you to keep encouraging him. You guys are doing a great job encouraging him. Keep doing that. But it's only going to take time. He just has to keep burning it and pounding it, right? And that's how you sharpen your sword, by burning it and pounding it. That's how iron becomes. A sword, and that's what I tell the students. And so, I wanted to show an example. Is when it comes to business, right? It's like I thought about the example. It's like the guy that opens up from 9 to 5, right? He was like, how can I sell more? Well, you sell from 9 to 9. Well, Fudgy, I want to go home after 5. They're like, yeah, but most people work until 5. So they're not going to be able to buy until after 5. So you got to endure that pain. And the guy that just wants to work from 9 to 5 in his own business, who's self-employed, he'll only get so far. And the guy that works 9 to 9, over time, the gap is going to be created where it's so far, this guy's going to be so more far ahead, like financially, success-wise, and business experience-wise, that this guy will not be able to catch up. Mm-hmm. And it comes down to the pain tolerance. Because one guy's willing to endure 4 more hours of selling, of being in the business, of showing up later to home, to his wife, to his kids. But it's going to pay off. And that's just an example of this guy's willing to endure more, and he's probably going to sell 2 or 3 times even more in the span of 4 hours.
I agree. I want to go back to the parent that you talked about, which made me think of something very powerful. When she said, like, how come he doesn't have it now, right? Like, look at those kids, right? And that made me think, everybody wants to get from, so you're here at point A, success is at point B, the pain is all in between. They want to find a way to go around this pain to the final destination. That's what everybody wants. How can I achieve this without going through that? Without going through that pain? Without going through the suck? You can't. Because in the pain, in the storms, where you grow. That's where growth happens. That's where success happens. Success doesn't happen from, I have an idea, boom, success. Success happens from the idea and the journey in between of failing, in pain, miserable, sucked, in the trenches, and learning in this pain, learning in the suck, adapting, pivoting, expanding your mind, expanding your tools in this journey while under pain and under pressure and under stress. That gets you to success. That's where it happens. In between point A and point B. It's not like you can go from A to B, jump over, get in a plane, I'm at B. And that's what everybody wants. But Mo, why can't we have a big house? Why are you saying I can't achieve my dreams? Why are you saying I can't achieve the ranch or the family lifestyle that I want? Because you don't want to go through the pain. You're skipping over the pain. And that's not something that you can do. You have to go through this, you know? And I hear this all the time, and you talked about it, the 9 to 5 guy and the 9 to 9 guy, right? I hear it all the time. It's like, well, you're successful because you don't have a wife and kids. You can work all the time. That's a good excuse, buddy. That's a good excuse. I'll give it to you. You know what I mean? But that tells me you don't want the best life for your family. That's what that tells me.
Dang.
Because guess what? Maybe I don't work 150 hours a week when I have a wife and kids, but I'm still going to work my butt off. I'm willing to put myself in the pain to achieve it. Okay? I'm willing to build the life that I want through pain to achieve it. I want the black belt life.
Yeah.
Okay? And a lot of these guys will tell you, you have to sacrifice family time. You have to sacrifice yourself. You have to sacrifice your free time to achieve it. Okay? And so all the excuses in between are just excuses on why you don't achieve your dreams. Right? And you can call this the honeymoon phase. You can call this whatever you want. Right? When you're going after your dreams. You have your dream. People talk about their dreams. They get a dopamine rush. Right? They get high talking about them. I'm going to do this, this, and this. I want a Lamborghini. And they're getting high. Right? But guess what? That's because it's new. You're excited about it. It's like the puppy love stage. You get a puppy, you love that damn puppy.
Yeah.
Right? You get a girlfriend, you're in a relationship, you love each other. The puppy love stage. But when that puppy becomes a dog, you hate that motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the initial high, the initial excitement, all that endorphins, all the dopamine, all of that stuff fades away when the pain sets in, when reality sets in. And the question is, what do you do then? When reality sets in, when the pain becomes constant on a daily basis and it becomes unbearable, you start wanting to quit every day. What do you do then? Do you embrace it and look at it like, hey, pain is good for me to grow? You know, when you lift weights, there's only one way to grow your muscles. It's to go through the pain, to push to your max, to push to fatigue, to tear those muscles up. And the way to tear those muscles up is to push to where you can barely get the bar up. That's where muscle growth happens.
Yeah.
That's how the body works. So if that's how the body works, why are you not doing it? The mind is the same way. When you go through the hard, you go through the suck. I forgot, there's a part of your brain. There's a part up here. I think they call it the eye or something cortex. Is when you start doing hard things that you hate, this grows, this expands.
Really?
Yeah.
So it physically grows.
It physically grows, it expands. So, but you have to do what you hate, what sucks, what's hard. And it expands. That's where the growth happens. So if you never getting to that point, it ain't gonna happen. And most of these young folks, they can't do it for more than a few months. So imagine a long-term relationship, 10, 20, 30 years. Imagine a business, 10, 20, 30 years. Imagine working for your goals, 10, 20, 30 years. Your dreams. You can't make it.
Yeah.
You can't make it. And that's what you see, is a lot of people quitting in business, in relationships, on their dreams, on themselves, in so many aspects. They decide to settle. That's why these people that go after their dreams and you see it in them, you see this person. You can feel this person like, that's the guy that's going after his dreams.
Yeah.
These people are unique.
100%. And I think back to people lying to themselves, I think people will say that they're going through the pain, but in reality, they're just going through mild discomfort, right? I remember you were telling me, they were like, you got to push it, like it's got to hurt, right? And if it's not hurting, like you're not really trying. And then I think a lot of people, now these people are doing better than somebody that's not doing anything. But at the same time, it's like, let's say, well, this guy's riding a bicycle compared to somebody that's walking. Or somebody that's just sitting on the couch. Somebody sitting on the couch, these guys are walking. They're going through mild discomfort. Like, bro, mild discomfort is, you're going to progress and you're going to feel good about yourself. But you're not going to progress to where you want to be. But this mild discomfort is making you not feel bad about yourself. That's all it is. It's just busy work to keep you from feeling bad. Oh, I'm not doing nothing. Or let me stay busy. Or let me push it. And not really going hard, right? to the point of fatigue, because that's gonna hurt. It's just a lot of times, many times, you're not gonna really want to do it. You're not gonna want to push it. But I remember you sent me this quote, right? And this was so crazy about it. It was like about what separates the guys that succeed from the guys that don't succeed is you do it even when you don't want to. And the days that matter are the days that you're wore out, the days that you're just feeling dead, things are not going your way, but you still decide to show up and show out, right? Those are the days that really define you and set you apart. Because when you're motivated, anybody can do it when they're motivated. What about when you wake up feeling dead, right? You're like, oh, dang, I got to go through it again. And as you don't negotiate with yourself, you don't tell yourself, it's okay, you can take the day off. It's okay, you don't got to push too hard today. You deserved it, right? When you don't make that excuse for yourself and you still endure the pain, that is what really shapes you and molds you to be that guy that you want to be.
I agree. And it's funny because when I woke up this morning, it's 4:30 in the morning, and it felt like I didn't sleep, literally, right? My sleep has been out of whack lately. And this is how we have this topic today, by the way, guys, of no pain, no gain. I woke up and I was standing there. I was putting my shirt on, and I'm thinking, bro, this sucks. like waking up this early sucks. You know what I mean? Like, do you have to do this? I asked myself that. Like, why don't you get another coach? Like, do you have to really do this? First thing, I do like doing it. I truly enjoy doing it, right? But it's when you wake up, when you're in a comfy bed.
Yeah.
You're at home, right? I asked myself, like, man, this sucks. And it hurts. Like, this is actually pretty painful. You know what I mean? Like, I can just eat my breakfast and go to bed. Okay, we'll get back in my comfy bed, in a warm bed. Okay? But then I thought about it, like, you said you're going to create a black belt academy. You're going to create black belt students. Mm-hmm. You're going to create the best environment, the best students. You're going to help these guys achieve their goals, right? You promise yourself to be a black belt. Okay, not to just wear it, to live by it. Okay? And you want to have the next level of an academy. To have a black belt academy, the highest level academy. How are you going to get there? You're good at what you do. And this is I'm talking to myself at this point.
Yeah.
Like, you're good at what you do. You can do it. You have to do it. Right now, you have to do it. And I'm like, all right, come on, let's go. That's all that happened this morning. like, all right, you know what? You're right. But I question myself. Like, damn, am I going to keep doing this? Yeah, you are, bro. This is why. It sucks. It hurts. It's painful. But you didn't get to point B yet. Point B is coming. God willing, it's coming. But you're not there yet. Mm-hmm. So until you get to that point, you got to keep doing it. I have to endure the pain. Because why? Because I can see my long-term vision. I can see what I want. Okay? And I'm connected to what I want. All right? So how many people can do that day in and day out on a daily basis? How many people can put themselves to bed? Last night, I wanted to stay up. I wanted to, right? But I have a deadline, 10 p.m. Monday through Thursday, because Friday night, I can go to bed whenever I want. Saturday night, I go to bed whenever I want. Sunday, I'm in bed at 10 p.m. at latest. Like, man, I just want to stay up and eat. It's fasting right now. so I was like, man, I just want to stay up. I want to watch something. For some reason, I just wanted to do that last night, which is very rare.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, bro, you got to get up early. Like, how are you going to do that? So it was like my delayed gratification moment. It was like, bro, you don't get to enjoy the moment right now. Take your butt to bed. go to sleep, get some rest, go to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How many people can keep their head down and do that for years on end? Less than 1%. This is not made up numbers. Right? And again, guys, so I can clarify, we're not talking about goals. We're talking about dreams. I'm talking about what you saw as a kid. The innocent kid that you were, with the big eyes, with the happy heart, with the big thoughts, the biggest imagination, the colors in your head, and all these things that you drew up in your head.
Yeah.
That's who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the 20-year-old, 25-year-old, 30, 40-year-old you that got broken down by life and broken down by the people that are around you and the ones that broke down your dreams to make you believe that you can't achieve them. I'm not talking about that person. I'm talking about the 8-year-old kid that you were once and who you dreamed of and what you wanted, the things that you dreamed of having. That's who I'm talking to right now. Okay? People may say, bro, you're crazy. That's not real. No, it's real. I'll tell you myself, it's real. That's who I'm talking to right now. So everybody else, you can close your ears if you want.
Yeah.
Now, if that's you, the 8-year-old you, right? With the big vision, the big dreams, the big heart, the big eyes that sees the stars in his eyes or her eyes, and like, this is what I want when I grow up. This is all I want when I grow up. We all talk about it. This is all I want when I grow up. I want to ride a unicorn. Well, damn it, I'm finna find a damn unicorn that flies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm going to do. So you have to go through that pain of waking up early, day in and day out. You have to do it when you feel good. When I want to go teach jiu-jitsu, guess what? I'm up like a spring chicken. I'm up an hour early.
Yeah.
In the kitchen making food, just having a blast, beating to the drums in my head, to the beat of my head, just beat bopping in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Sitting outside with a cup of coffee, it's dark outside, the sun's not up. That's easy when I want to do it. But what about the days that I don't want to do it, which is most of the days you don't want to do the work that you have to do. It's very rare that you want to do things, the things that you want every single day. That's a very rare occasion to happen. Okay? So are you able to achieve this? Are you able to connect yourself to your why, to your vision, to your dream? Okay? And not lie to yourself. That's the biggest if, is not lying to yourself. Everybody says they can do it. Can you truly do it? You know?
There's this quote that I heard. This is by this guy, Tim Grover. I haven't listened to him in a while, but he's a big mindset guy. And he said, the road to paradise starts in hell. So to get to paradise, to get to where you want to be, right? To achieve your dreams and to paint that beautiful canvas. And really the reality of that canvas that I thought about is like, people see the beautiful landscape and they see the sun beaming, right? And they see the beautiful flowers. What real success is they forgot to add the storm that just passed by on the far away, right? That motherfucker just passed by. Now you get to enjoy it. But that's the reality of it. That's the reality of it. It's the road to paradise starts in hell. And in hell, there's a lot of demons in there. It's burning, it's blazing. You can't breathe. There's agony. There's people begging for their life, right? And there's misery. And all the hell is real. Hell, a lot of times people experience hell on this earth, you know, whether through all their vices or not living true to themselves. It's getting past all of that, and on top of all the earthly sins you can fall to and temptations, then you got yourself that you got to beat, and that's another fight. And then maybe you might just get out, and then if you get out, then you still got to go all the way to paradise. But the road to paradise starts in hell. There's no other way around it.
Yeah, and it's extreme, and people are gonna think like, man, that's crazy to think that way, you know, that's unrealistic, you know. But again, guys, goals and dreams are two different things. You can achieve some of your goals. You can get by in this life. Many people before us got by in this life. Many people in this world just settled. Okay? Many people before us. And many people after us will do the same thing. Okay? But do you really want to be that person? Do you really want to be the person that just raised the flag and says, hey, it's fine. These are the cards I'm dealt. I'm just going to do what I got to do on a daily basis and whatever it is. I didn't get to take my kids to the trip that I wanted. I didn't get to be at their baseball games. You know, I didn't get to have the business that I wanted. I didn't get to give the charity that I wanted. I didn't get to help the world that I wanted, the people that I wanted. I didn't get to change the world like I wanted to. So what did he do? Where was the fulfillment? What did he do? Nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why this is important. This is why this is important. I have so many people that I know that, I'll give you an example in business, right? And here's the thing. So many people don't understand that you can work your butt off for 3 years, right? And many people quit so short. 3 years. And if they only worked 6 more months or kept the course another year or 2 years, they would hit it off. They would be smooth sailing after that. So many people quit because how hard it is, how painful it is. So many people I know that want to start a business, and I always encourage it. I always support it. I don't know if I encourage it necessarily. I support it, right? Because entrepreneurship, man, and business is gonna tear you apart. You know, this is the truth. You know, it's gonna tear you down every day. You know, it's gonna break you. And so if you can't handle the pain, if you can't handle the stress, you can't handle all that, you're not going to be successful. You know? The higher your pain tolerance is, the higher your capacity, the bigger your capacity is, the more chance you have of success in business. Okay? And when you open a business, you're all in. You've invested your money, you invested your time, you've committed. You know what I mean? And people think like, oh, I have a business. I opened up a business. I'm a businessman. I'm a businesswoman. I'm an entrepreneur, you know? And it's cool at first until reality sets in. And it's like, damn, I got to work here 7 days a week, 6 days a week. My employees called out. I got to go cover. I got to skip this game. I got to skip this dinner. I got to skip this lunch. I got to skip this party. I got to skip this wedding. I can't pay the bills. Don't have enough merchandise. Don't have this and that. And it's a constant battle. I got to advertise. I need more customers. It's a constant battle every single day as long as you have that business. Okay? And that's why a lot of people quit and go get a normal job after 2-3 years of having a business or within the first year.
Yeah.
Okay? So it's because they can't endure the pain. If you're a business owner, there is no, let me sit back and chill. I have 8 hours left of the day. I made my money. There is no chilling. You're building a new business. And so the pain of that is, do you chill for 8 hours, which is going to be your easy go-to, or are you going to work? People say, Mo, why you work 7 days a week? Because I ain't make it yet.
Yeah.
Well, you've been doing it for 15 years. I ain't make it yet. That's business. One day it's going to happen. Not right now. I want to make sure that I secure that spot. I want to make sure I did what I have to do. And it sucks. You know?
Yeah.
And so most people don't accept that fact. Most people don't accept the fact that they want to lose weight. They have to go on this journey, marathon, not sprint, over a long period of time, every single day. Going after with intent every single day, not just going through the motions. Having the true intention of the weight loss journey. Having the true intention of achieving their dreams. Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter what it is. You have to have true intention day in and day out. Whether you're sad, you're mad, you're upset, you're tired, you're exhausted, you feel good, you're happy, doesn't matter. You sleep good, you sleep bad, it doesn't matter. You're cold, You have a cold, you don't have a cold, you're sick, you feel good. It doesn't matter. This is a separator. It's can you endure that?
Yeah.
Can you handle that? And again, if you're not connected to your why, to have the deepest connection possible to your why, then this ain't happening. I'm telling you right now, it's not happening. I'm like, damn, Mo, like, you ain't gonna give us no positive energy and give us no hope? No. I'm giving you reality. I'm not giving you hope right now. I'm giving you truth. Now, I'll pray to God you achieve your dreams. I really do. But you can't just sit there and be like, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta go down and you gotta go after them and hunt them. You gotta hunt even when you're exhausted. And that's hard. You know what I mean? Imagine having to chase a freaking gazelle down to eat it, even when you didn't sleep the whole night, and you don't have no food in you, and you have a hurt ankle, a hurt foot, and you still got to go after it. Can you do it?
Depends what's up here.
You know?
100%. And I think a lot of times people, when it comes to achieving their goals, they're just thinking of the outcome. It's outcome. And they don't see that it's the journey, it's the consistency that you have to build. It's the habits. It's habitual construction. It's building your habits. And if you can be consistent, and I have this app that I downloaded. I forgot what it's called, but it's pretty cool. And I have a streak. So you know on Snapchat you have streaks, right? And people will have streaks. I used to do this when I was a teenager. I stopped doing it.
Why are you on Snapchat?
Because I have a streak with my girlfriend. I actually have a year over 1 year. But people will have streaks, right? And have thousands of streaks, hundreds of streaks, and the streaks are over 1,000, right? And they'll have all these streaks with all these people. But they won't have a streak with themselves. How about a streak of working out every day? Where's your streak about reading every day? Where's your streak of giving thanks to God or just that you're living and breathing? Where's your streak of being grateful for the food you have? Where's your streak of trying your best at work? Well, you got a streak with Susie down the block, and that don't mean nothing. You know? So I have this app, and it shows me my streaks of what I do, right? And I have so much pride in that because, like, dang, like this is my habits. This is me. Like, I'm being true to myself. And then I know that if I can stay true to myself, and if I can increase this number, I'm increasing my chance of getting to where I want to be.
I'm finna light you up in a minute. Go ahead.
What the? Now I know it won't guarantee my success, but it is going to give me a better chance. And it's the habits make you. You know, your habits make you or break you. And so if you can be consistent, you know for sure you're on a path to where you want to be. And now.
I just thought of something funny. It's not even really funny, but it kind of I correlated with Snapchat and your streaks. Okay, and so you're talking about how many times can you how big is a streak you can have with yourself? All right, I'm gonna put you on blast. How big is the streak you have with yourself right now?
It's a bunch of different habits. It's like 19 things.
But what's a streak that you have, like a daily streak?
Up to this point, it's 30.
So you have 30 right now, okay? When did you start doing this?
Last month.
Okay, so you're winning the streak right now, okay? Which is very hard, right? I remember people on Snapchat, and this is what I'm gonna get to, is you need that streak. That's a very powerful point. You need that streak daily. Now, you said you have a streak with your girlfriend for over a year on Snapchat, okay? And this is funny. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
Cause it's funny how I got a streak with my girl for a year, but I should have had a streak with myself even longer than that. You know what I'm saying?
True. But this is what I'm finna say, because I'm not saying you did this, right? This is your business. But I remember seeing somebody pull out their phone, and wall up, I promise. Snapchat. Like, it was like the stupidest picture they took. Like, it wasn't even their face. They like took a picture of the air and they sent it to somebody, right? And I told him, I said, what the hell you just do? I just snapped somebody. But what was the point of that? Like, they didn't write nothing on there.
Yeah.
Okay? They didn't write nothing. They didn't say, hey, how you doing? Or like a smiley face, or like, hey, I'm getting ice cream. They didn't do none of that. They just took a picture of like the ground or the air and sent it. And I was like, what the hell you just do? You didn't send nothing. I said, yeah, I know. I'm just keeping my streak. And this was years ago by now. This is like 5 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. And I was like, and I thought to myself, like, what the hell has our society gotten to? Just for you to say you got a streak with this person, you didn't even say hi. You didn't send them a picture of ice cream or like a dessert or like a breakfast. Or like, that's the society we live in. You didn't do none of that. You just took a random picture to hold a streak to say that you have a streak. So what is it? What am I trying to get to? I'm trying to get to, it's empty. That streak is empty. I don't care if it's 10 years. I'm working for my dreams. I'm working for my future spouse, my future kids. I'm working. It's empty. You're not working, homie. Your streak is empty. So you might have a streak for 5 years or 2 years. But what does that streak mean? Nothing. You didn't do nothing besides take a picture of the air. There's no connection between you and that person that you snapped. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that shows me you don't care about that person, right? It shows me that you're connected to the number, the streak, the stat, okay? And same thing with these people that are going after their dreams. You started last month, you have a 30-day streak. Good job. That's pretty strong, actually. That's good. That's a good stat. Now, can you make it to 6 months?
Yeah.
Truly, with intent, make it to 6 months. With intent, can you become a black belt entrepreneur? With intent, can you become a black belt husband, a black belt wife, a black belt brother, a black belt friend, a black belt manager, a black belt coach, a black belt human? With intent. Not going through the motions for 10, 15, 20 years. I have a streak, I'm working for my dream, for my family, and you wake up and you're 50 years old, and you're looking like, what have I achieved?
Yeah.
But people got to watch out for is that trap. It's empty. What you're doing is empty. There's nothing behind it. There's no work involved in it. There's no hardships and no pain involved in it. There's no connection involved in it. You're just doing it for the sake of doing it. You're saying I have these dreams for the sake of saying I have these dreams. To make yourself feel good. This is a sad thing that many humans can't accept because they're not aware and they're not in tune with their emotion. Many humans are not in tune with their emotions.
Yeah.
They're not in tune with their mind, the thoughts in their mind. 99%, probably 95% are not in tune. So they have to say things and do things that can get them by, that can keep this fantasy going. They can look at this canvas on the wall. It's a sunshine. The sun is out, nice sunset, okay? The nice mountains, the flowers blooming, little cute bunny over here on the thing. And they feed themselves this picture every day so they can feel good. But they can't think and sit to themselves and say, man, I'm not working toward anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just doing that to feel good about myself and to lie to myself to make me believe that I'm going to achieve that one day. But you never achieve it.
Yeah.
That is a sad reality. And it's because the lack of capacity for pain, resilience.
I remember that one guy went to a seminar. This one guy said that your net worth is directly correlated to your pain tolerance. And I didn't understand what he meant at the time, right? But now I do. It was like, damn, that makes a lot of sense. Like, are you willing to push to get that extra sale, to serve more, to serve your clients more. You know, it's like even if you're exhausted, right? If someone comes to you for help, you can just blow them off, or are you willing to put your emotions to the side to serve a community, to serve your clients, and give them the best, not just mediocre work, but the best work you can do. And sometimes when you don't feel like it, it's just mustering yourself and putting on the smile and doing the best job you can. And that requires accepting the pain. But many people cannot do that, like we said.
Yeah.
So your net worth is directly correlated to your pain tolerance, unless you're scamming or something.
I agree. And we're going to start kind of bringing it to an end, guys. We're going to talk about how you can guide yourself or train yourself to accept the pain, to accept the endurance, to have the endurance, okay? And to how to handle the pain over a long period of time, okay? And the biggest thing I'm going to tell you guys is you need to go ahead and accept the fact that it's going to take time. That it's going to take years. Okay? I was talking to this one person really as well who I know that really built it from A to Z. White belt to black belt in entrepreneurship. Mm-hmm. And I was talking to him and I thought like he's been successful his whole life. And he said, Mo, it's really only been like the last 10 years. You know, this person's almost 60. It's been the last just 10 years. So he put in 40 plus years of his life for that black belt achievement, is what I like to say. Okay? So for your dreams, okay? So they talk about realistic and unrealistic in school, right? Goals. They like to call your unrealistic goals, those are your dreams, AKA dreams. Okay, that's what that is. Because why is it an unrealistic goal? Because it's almost impossible.
Yeah.
Your dreams are almost impossible.
The stats back it up.
The stats back it up. Your 1, 3, 5 year goals. 10 years, maybe you can achieve it, maybe. That starts to become an unrealistic goal.
Yeah.
15 years, 20 years, okay? And so go ahead and accept the fact that it's going to take a long time. That's one thing. That is going to take 8, 10, 12, 15 years for dreams. Now, if you achieve it in 5, good job. Very good job. One of my dreams started at 18. It was years before that, actually. In my early teens, it was a dream in my mind, okay, that I wanted. It's something that I wanted. But from the day that I started working toward it, it took me 5 years to achieve it, okay? But that's from point A to point B of nonstop work, consistently. 5 years of consistent action.
Yeah.
Not I feel like it, I don't feel like it. It was 5 years of consistent action, nonstop. Okay? Now, that's just consider the consistent action. But it has been a dream in my head from early on. So you can say 10, 15-year dream. It took 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, at that moment, I had nothing, and I had to work every day. Okay? So how did I build my endurance at that time? I embraced the trenches, guys. When I talk about the trenches, it's like the lowest point, the hardest point. It's cold, it sucks, it's hard, but you're in that period of your life for a very long time. In the trenches, okay? And I didn't give myself days off. I worked 7 days a week. That was my goal, is work 7 days a week. So I'm not telling you to jump right off the rip and go 7 days a week. If you work 4 days a week right now, start working 5 days a week. Do it for 6 months. If you work 5 days a week, start working 6 days a week.
Yeah.
Do it for 6 months. And then go up. As you do that, your capacity grows. But your capacity will never grow and your resilience will never grow if you don't put yourself in an uncomfortable situation. So how do you gradually increase your pain tolerance and your pain endurance? Is you get comfortable in the uncomfortable. Okay? You put yourself in an uncomfortable situation, do uncomfortable things until they become comfortable.
Yeah.
They become easy. When that happens, now you give yourself more. When that happens, you give yourself more. Then you look up 3-5 years later, your capacity is a lot larger. You can handle more pain. You can endure more. You can take on more. Right? So after many years of work, I can do many things and be okay. The other person doesn't look like, dude, this guy's stressed out. How's he working 3-4 jobs? How's he doing all these things?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, to me, like, this is easy, bro. You should have seen me back then when I was freezing my butt off outside. You know what I mean? Where I was getting fried by the heat, by the sun.
Yeah.
That was hard. You know, when you're a man on a mission, man chasing his dream, that's the hardest thing when you don't achieve it. When you have somebody chasing their dream and they haven't achieved it yet, that's the hardest stage of life. Okay? Mm-hmm. And so, and focus on the journey, guys. Focus where you stand. Not just your end goal, okay? Of course, you have to be connected. Don't say Mo didn't say don't be connected. Be connected. But focus where you are. Try to get through what you are going through at the moment. Because if you can't go through today, if I woke up today on the wrong side of the bed, right? I'm already struggling from the get-go. Mm-hmm. And when we were coming here, you're like, man, this is one of them days. And I told you, you are right. It is one of them days. It's one of them days of pain. I said that as we walked out, right?
Yeah.
It's one of them days of pain. It's one of them days that we grow. It's one of the days that we get better. That's just the truth. We need days like that. We need days that keep us getting sharper. These are the days. So embrace these days. And I was thinking, man, I got to shoot a podcast today. That's good. It's pain, good. You're growing. Now look at us. We're almost done with the podcast and it feels good. It's a good podcast, good info, right? But we went through the pain. Mm-hmm. So focus where you are. Get through the day that you are to get to the next day. Because if you're just looking ahead, only looking ahead, you can't get past the day that you're in. That's where you quit. And that's what happens to most people. I'm going to be a jiu-jitsu black belt. I'm going to be an academy owner. I'm going to have a Lamborghini. Whatever it is that you want, guys. Mm-hmm. I'm going to have a black belt family. Okay? I'm going to have black belt kids. It ain't going to happen if you can't get through the work of today.
Yeah.
With intent. It ain't going to happen. Okay? So these are just the same thing, guys. Just focus on today. Focus on the work that you have. Focus on the process, the task at hand. Okay? And also, like always, is keep connected. Stay connected to what you want and why you want it. Have a goal that touches your heart. Have a goal that you feel like it's a calling from whoever you believe in. Okay? Have a goal that you feel like this is why you're here. And I believe everybody's here for a reason. Okay? What is your reason? And find it. Connect it. Okay? Connect the two. My reason is here to be a coach, to help people, to make men and women stronger, to help kids stand up against bullies, to be a mental coach, a mental mindset coach, to get them stronger, to achieve the goals that they want, to become the best version of themselves. I truly believe that.
Yeah.
Okay? So find why. Find your why. Okay? Be connected to your why. Okay? And the longer you can endure these things, guys, the more you learn how to control it, how to pivot, how to move, how to alternate, how to control, alternate, delete. Okay, control what you have, alternate things that you have, and delete things that you don't need. Okay, when you learn the endurance game of pain, because you have to prepare for the journey, and it's a long journey. Okay, so don't give up, don't quit. Okay, and for everybody else that just say things, you need to quit saying them. Quit having that Snapchat streak just to have that Snapchat streak. Okay? Have some intent behind it. Okay? Have that streak with yourself. Have that streak with your dreams. The 8-year-old you that wanted all these big things and nice things, but the world decided to break it down. The people around you decided to break it down and make you believe that they're unrealistic and they're not possible. All right? So if you want it, you can achieve it, but you have to be willing to do what others aren't willing to do. All right?
100%.
So guys, I believe you can achieve your dreams. You should believe you can achieve your dreams, and I think it's one of the most beautiful things that you can do if you achieve your dreams, and I think you will have truly a fulfilled life. Just going after them, going to work after your dreams, okay, and not just walking the earth, okay? Because at the end of the day, if we're working towards something, we have fulfillment just by working for it. All right? So be that person that goes after them to have the family that you want and everything that you want. This way you can have a happy life.
Very true.
All right? Got anything else, Gio?
Last thing I want to say is these days are going to be here. The days are going to come where it sucks. It's never sunshines and rainbows. But it's just shifting your mindset to look at it as a good thing. You know, you say that you're strong. If you want to claim that your sword is sharp, if you want to claim that you're hard, or that you're that guy that's going to make it happen, if you're that hunter, this is your chance to prove yourself. When it gets hard, this is your chance to prove yourself. Look at it like, okay, I said I'm this, right? I said that I'm hard. I said that I can endure the pain. Here's my chance to test myself. Are you full of it? Or are you really about that mindset? And are you really about sharpening your sword? So that's a different perspective shift.
Very powerful, Gio. Guys, we're wrapping it up. We know the stats across the board in any topic that you want to talk about. Business failures, entrepreneur failures, relationship failures, goal failures, dream failures. We know the stats, okay? And the numbers are humongous. The numbers are outrageous, okay? We need to break the norm, okay? We need to change these numbers, okay? It is possible. It doesn't matter what anybody tells you. It is possible, okay? It is possible. You just have to truly believe it and do the work that's necessary to achieve it, okay? And this is a long journey, all right? So go after your dreams, guys. Again, no pain, no gain. If you don't go through the pain, you're not going to achieve your dreams. If you don't go through the pain, you won't have no gains, okay? So I hope you enjoyed episode 42, No Pain, No Gain, guys. Sharpen Your Sword podcast. Like always, thank you so much. And please help spread the word about Sharpening the Sword. We are live on our online store. Our merch store is live. SharpenYourSword.store. SharpenYourSword.store. You can get t-shirts, hoodies, hats, whatever you like on the website. So please support so we can spread the message even more to live the lifestyle of sharpening your two swords, okay? Just like the samurai carry two swords for battle, you carry two every day. One is your mind, one is your body, and you got to sharpen these every single day so you can be prepared for tomorrow's battle, okay? So you're better for yourself, for your family, for your community, and for your country, all right? See you on the next episode. Peace out.